Good morning, Arca. Today is Tuesday, January 3rd, and I'm going to talk to you today about tampons and sanitary napkins. Today, Arca, I went to the store to buy feminine hygiene product. I paid a grand total of $40 for everything I bought because it's not just like you buy tampons and you buy pads. It's like you buy different types of tampons and you buy different types of pads. For instance, there are these ultra thin. There are the regular pads with wings so that they stick properly to your underwear. And then there are the jumbo overnight pads, which are for overnight, as you can tell from the moon and stars. And then you get to tampons. 36-pack super tampons, Gentle Glide, and it's also 360-degree protection, and I'm not really sure what that means. Super. Lots, as you can tell from the plus sign right there. So as I was buying this variety of products, I started thinking about, for example, what would homeless people do and to take care of their monthly menstruation, because they don't have $40 to blow on all these products. And granted, they could buy less, it would still be expensive because they're about $10 a box no matter what kind you buy. And then I started thinking, like, well, they must do something, and that thought process led into the actual history of feminine hygiene. For example, the tampon has been around since the
19th century, when it was used during war to sop up soldiers' wounds so that they could survive battle. If they had a bullet wound, you would put the tampon to it and it would stop the bleeding. And there's actually reports of tampons being used during the Iraq War for the very same purpose. Then also you have the history of the sanitary napkin, which has been around quite longer, since about the 10th century. And originally it was simply like a cloth rag they would use, and they would stuff that up there and they'd have to wash it, and I'm sure that was really gross. And when disposable sanitary pads first started coming out, in shops they would just have like a box where women could leave money, and then they would take the pads so that they didn't have to actually talk to the shop clerk about it. Which actually, I'd kind of like that situation now, because it's really embarrassing when you have to go up to the shop clerk with $40 of pads and tampons in your cart. In earlier history, I read that some women didn't use anything at all, and that they would merely wear long skirts and allow the blood to flow down their legs because they found it disgusting to get their underwear dirty with blood, but apparently walking around with blood on your legs was okay. But I guess you do whatever you have to when you don't have the money to afford anything else, which is actually what I was researching in the first place, and I just have learned since then through my search in the history of feminine hygiene products that people pretty much do whatever they can to get the blood out of and away from them, regardless of their financial situation. Arca, I'm sure you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.